All right, so let's get into it. All right, one of the things that I wanted to go over today was talking about the Reese Senior Bowl and kind of lead off with that. So the Reese Senior Bowl is a senior-led All-Star game that takes place in beautiful Mobile, Alabama, and I'm going to bring up a couple tweets that are in. And right now, what you can see, and these are kind of Crimson Tide headlines, if you will. But this is my YouTube account, Bama YouTube on Twitter. It's a good way to be notified when we do go live or when there's breaking updates or whatever. But the official measurements are in for some Alabama players that are at the Senior Bowl. And what we're going to do is kind of spot shadow some of those heights and weights. And this is from Justin Eboigbe. He's checking in at 6'4", 292 pounds. His hand, that's how they measure like the actual hand from the bottom to the top, 9.5 inches. And then you have your arm at 32 inches. That's, your bicep, and then your wingspan, which is about 8 feet. So I think with Justin Eboigbe, where is he going to go in the NFL draft? I don't know that. I don't know. He's certainly not a number one pick, or I'm sorry, like a first round pick or a second round pick. But I think what you're getting in a player like Justin Eboigbe is leadership, a player who is certainly mature, a player that played in over 50 games here at the University of Alabama. In 2022, he was banged up with an injury, a shoulder injury that kind of sidelined him. Came back in 2023, and I think he had a wonderful season. I think he played an instrumental role on the defensive line. And when he spoke to the media during his opportunities, you could just tell this guy's grown, he's mature, and I think he can bang. So I think that he has really good upside when you go to the NFL. And besides that shoulder injury, he was pretty durable. I think he's a really good add to anybody, and I think this is absolutely right, Jor. He is a high value pick for sure. I think if you talk to Justin Eboigbe, like you get him in your meeting with your GM, your head coach, your D-line coach, or whenever they're doing their meetings, or when he's talking down in Mobile at the with other media opportunities, you know exactly from the jump that this guy is centered. He knows who he is. He's a really good football player. So. Let me know inside chat if you follow the NFL draft or have seen any NFL projections. Where does Justin Eboigbe fall inside the draft? Is he like a third or a fourth round type guy, or am I off on that? I like him. Think he comes off good. I don't think he has like the quickest explosion, but dude is strong. I think he played excellent this past year. What's up, Banks? I hope you don't mind me asking, Mr. Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe and support this YouTube channel. And love to support the YouTube channel, so keep it up. Diehard fan. Absolutely, man. And the best way to do that, if you want to become a fan funder, is to go up to the top of the screen. I'll actually put the link. I'll pin it at the top for people that are coming in to be able to check out Bama Football on YouTube. And like I said, as low as $2.99 to support the product. Super chats go a long way, honestly, and so do fan funders. So fan fund Bama Football on YouTube, and there's a link right there, so you can see it. And I'll post that inside chat as well. So if you're just joining us, we are talking about the Reese's Bowl here in Mobile, Alabama, where everybody, all the players get to Alabama from across the country, and they take part in the All-Star game down in Mobile, which will be here in a couple days. And I think Media Day is tomorrow, so that's kind of where we're at right now in terms of the Media Day. Another player who is down in Mobile, Alabama is this is Chris Braswell, right? So Chris Braswell, I think when you look at a player like this, so Jorah's saying he's like a day 2 guy, 3rd round, 4th round type guy. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Justin Eboigbe is going to do his thing. All right, so here we got Chris Braswell, right? 6'3", 260, hands, 9.3 inches, arms 32, and his wingspan 8 feet. Man, like. This is crazy, okay? This guy right here on the screen also runs, in terms of his top end speed, 21 miles an hour. So some of these guys don't have to go to an All-Star or a Senior Bowl or whatever. Like, Dallas Turner's not going to go. Kool-Aid's not going to go. Terrion, clearly, those guys are juniors leaving early. But when you look to Chris Braswell specifically, this guy is an athletic freak. He calls himself an athlete, and so does Dallas Turner. They're like, I refer to myself not as an edge rusher, but as a freak, like an athlete. And here's why. He never ran track. He didn't even do speed training. And this guy is like one of the fastest players. What he was at his high school at, 240 whenever he was playing there at 6'3". Just a natural born athlete. Huge hands, big arms, big wingspan. I don't know. I think he's a second round guy. Yeah, out of Baltimore for sure. He was a 5-star. And the thing about Chris Braswell was the fact that he waited his turn here at the University of Alabama. I can think of two guys that waited and things worked out really well for them at Alabama. Yep, St. Francis, big time school. I think that, and the combine could push him to the late first round for sure, 1,000,000%. Two guys who waited here at Alabama for their opportunity. One, Mac Jones, just waited for his chance. Got his opportunity, undefeated 2020 season national champs. This is the other guy, Chris Braz. This guy could have left. He could have hopped into the transfer portal. NIL wasn't as prevalent as it is right now, but he could have bounced out 1,000,000%. He stayed. He waited his turn. He was playing behind Will Anderson. My goodness. Took him one season to showcase his overall ability. And so many times we're like, where's Chris Braswell? When are we going to see him? When is he going to get onto the field? He did that this year, and he played at a remarkably high level. I'm definitely taking him in the late first round, top end second round, for sure. So that is Chris Braz. I'm impressed. I didn't even get a chance to really kind of go over his numbers, and I whatever he does in the Senior Bowl game, I'm not too worried about it. But the combine, I want to see him go off in the combine. Joel, you're right. If you focus on the process, good things happen for sure. Wait your turn, become developed. B-Rob's another guy. Yeah, good addition, Cody. I see you inside the comment box. Appreciate you. Jay Kelly, what's up? BB, what's up? I appreciate you being here. B-Rob's doing his thing too. But man, Jahmyr Gibbs for the Lions was, man, that guy's amazing. All right. How about this? Will Reichard. The storied career of Will Reichard, right? When you look up Will Reichard and what he did for Alabama football, remarkable in terms of his overall statistics, okay? Only 23 years old, out of Hoover, Alabama. His stats are really remarkable. And when you look up the career stats on Will Reichard, he had a total of 84 field goals. He had a total of 295 point after touchdowns for a total of 547 overall points, right? Which is, he leads the entire NCAA all time in terms of scoring. He's the all-time leading scorer. If you're out there and you follow, the NFL, you know that this guy is destined to go to the NFL, and I think that he is going to do work in the NFL. On top of that, the guy's pretty icy. Didn't really see him too animated on social media, kind of just kept to himself. And I think that I'm trying to bring up his statistics here in the back end because they were amazing. The guy did an incredible job, right? Every single season. This past year, I can't believe that he didn't win the Lou Garza Award. A lot of experience, too. Played in some really big games. So I'm reading this. It says his all-time points leader with 539 points. Alabama has him at 547 total points. I don't know which one is right, but I know that's a ton of points. This past year, He hit some monumental kicks. It was kind of weird. He did the kicks that he did miss. I think what were they against Tennessee and LSU? Ironically, the last time he missed field goals against those two teams. I don't know. Maybe he started thinking about it. Who cares? Let me tell you, I follow the 49ers, and I would much rather have Will Riker than the guy that they have currently. 1,000,000%. I felt they should have kept Robbie Gould, who's like 42 years old or whatever. I don't know. Let me ask you, if you follow the NFL, where does a kicker get drafted? Seriously, where does a kicker get drafted? Which rounds? Like, what happens with kickers? The thing about it with Will Riker is there was this time before, I guess he got here. 6th round. Okay. Yeah. Late. So, but let me ask you this, and I think you can agree with this. Before Will Riker, there was a lot of anxiety when an Alabama kicker stepped on the field. You felt it. I felt it. Honest, truth be told, you know how like reporters tweet out the score, like let's just say 14-7. You would literally wait until like the football went through the uprights to tweet out 14, or before they kicked like a 35-yard field goal, because of the fact that the kickers were so inconsistent. And also in big game opportunities, Alabama just didn't have this kicker, which was amazing because they were loaded on every single side of the ball, right? Thank you, Betsy. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Alabama, it was weird. It was like Alabama had sold their soul or something like that to be as good as they could be, but then they were going to have a terrible field goal kicker. It was crazy, right? I even go back to, the national title game against, it was against Georgia, right? Where Tua threw the 2nd and 26. Who was the kicker that missed that field goal? Was it Andy Papanassis? Right? That was my first season covering the team. And I think it was between him and Joseph Bolivas that we kind of had like Alabama had like this 2-platoon kicking system. And it just wasn't it. Now I get it. In the past, you've had the Tiffins who have been great kickers, but Will Riker, he really came in and eliminated that anxiety. I mean, this guy was money. And I think when you look back to the 2022 season, you look to the fact that he missed 2 really big field goals. And, look, it doesn't always come down to one play, but I think that he probably feels like that because they were a total of 4 points away from making the playoffs. Wild. But anyways, best wishes to Will Riker, an amazing individual, a leader, and a quality kicker. I mean, I get it. The guy replacing him, Connor Talty, coming in, he has a huge role to fill. I don't know if he can fill that role. It's going to take him time, just like Coach Kalen DeBoer following Nick Saban. I mean, Will is like the GOAT. And the great thing was like you saw him rolling up to the games before. He had like his white turtleneck, like a gray blazer. Saucy. All right, let's keep it moving. Yesterday, there was a bunch of, Alabama players highlighted in terms of being 5-star players. And one particular one is Caleb Odom, who is out of Carrollton High School in Georgia. He's a tight end for Alabama. And I think that you should know about Caleb Odom. We've talked about him. We highlight him often. Here he is catching a end zone fade right here. 6'5", 225 pounds or whatever. He's a 5-star. And while you lose Amari Niblack to Texas, the fact that you're having Caleb Odom coming in, I think should give you, an idea. Like it should eliminate any anxiety of like if you need a playmaking tight end. This guy is magnificent. Look at this play right here. Okay, like let's watch this play a couple times and let it run through. I think it shows you that he's a playmaker, kind of what I'm trying to tell you. Now, Amari Niblack, I think could have been this guy. I don't know if he has as much power as Odom. And when Odom gets a little bit more weight on him, I think that Odom could be a lethal weapon for Alabama. So catches this post, keeps his balance, spins off like 5 guys, shakes off a couple defenders, gets into the end zone. Complete baller. So he was a 5-star, and in fact, overall in the latest On3 rankings, he is the number 30 overall player in the class of 2024, which is crazy. So give me a thumbs up, chat, if you're excited about Caleb Odom coming to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Appreciate you guys checking in and hitting the thumbs up. Saucy, right? What's up, Sean? Hit the like button. I appreciate you guys being here. I love this clip. I love this kid. Is like what's not to like about him, right? We'll talk about some of those 5-stars in a little bit. Just kind of cruising through the social media slant. Now, this is a graphic by On3 or Bama Online, whatever you want to slice it. But here's a look at what Alabama has coming in. And I wanted to talk about kind of 5-stars aplenty. Check this graphic out. Again, On3, Bama Online. Ryan Williams, he's added to the class of 2024, right? The number 8 overall player in the class. So like him coming in, Caleb coming in, I think a lot of times we've been highlighting the secondary, and rightfully so. But it's like, look at these guys coming in on the offensive side. Just Caleb and Ryan alone. There's Kevin Riley there at the bottom. He's a 4-star. Kevin Riley ranked number 82 overall. This is crazy. Well, let me explain this, Jor, because the way that On3, and I like the way that On3 did this, okay? They still ranked Julian Sain within Alabama's class of 2024. Yeah, and all these guys did sign tight ends. And I'll actually bring up the interface of On3 to show you guys kind of the list of all the signees. It's quite impressive. But what they did was On3 still listed Julian Sain in this recruiting class because he did sign with Alabama. In fact, he did he was here on campus. He participated in the Rose Bowl, so now he's listed as a transfer. And I think that was the right thing to do. It's kind of a short-term signing. Where are you going to put those guys in, right? So let's just kind of recap this real quick. So the 5-stars aplenty is kind of the title that I was rolling with. This is a graphic from On3. Ryan Williams, number 8. He's a 5-star plus out of Saraland, Alabama. Reclassified and bolstered this class recruiting ranking, right? You have Zay Mincy out of Daytona Beach, who's a 5-star corner. Both those, like Zay Mincy's already here. Caleb Odom, who we just saw some highlights of. 5-star tight end out of Carrollton in Georgia. He's already here. He was already making plays at the Rose Bowl. He's number 30 overall. Jalen Mbakwe, number 31 overall, out of Alabama. That's the amazing thing about Alabama. Think about this. I mean, 2 guys within the top 50 from the state of Alabama. That's how good the high school football is here. So Jalen Mbakwe, number 31. He's listed as an athlete. He helped his team win a championship out of Clay Chalksville. But I think we see him on the defensive side of the ball, probably fighting for that corner spot. Xavier Brown, another guy coming in. He's a 4-star. Out of California, number 46 overall. Casey Poe. When I talked to Chad about Casey Poe, he's an interior offensive lineman out of Texas. And some people feel that he's going to push for some sort of spot, within the 2 deep right away, right from the jump. I don't know, but people really like him. I like to get Ty's take since kind of in the same region. Glenn is saying that center. People like Casey Poe. I'm serious. Number 57, listed at the bottom, is Noah Carter. And we had Noah Carter on last night. Great interview. Definitely got to check it out whenever you have a break. It's about 30 minutes long. You have Coach Smoot, Coach Sean. I was taking my daughter to dance at that particular time, and Noah Carter hit me up. He's like, hey, I'm available. So hooked him up from the state of Arizona. And it was good to talk with him and kind of get an understanding of like where he wants to play on what side of the ball, which is clearly defense. And the one thing that he said is that women here in the state of Alabama he's like the older ladies. And he was like, he felt that the older ladies understood football better. And like that really stood out to him 100%. Like football is life here in the Southeast. And if you lived on the West Coast, if you lived in different areas of the country, you understand like the Southeast is like the football. Like everybody knows football. everybody understands football. Everybody's like, this is SEC country. So you can watch that interview with Noah Carter right here on our YouTube channel. Number 82 overall on the On3 rankings is Kevin Riley, a running back out of Tuscaloosa County. And I'm actually trying to get an interview with him right now to bring him on. And I think I'd be curious to, because he was originally committed to Miami. And I think when you come here as a running back, it's always interesting to see how these running backs are coming in as younger guys, because they're the absolute man at their high school. Most of these guys are, right? Let's not get it twisted. But when you come here, you know that there's going, like, the running back room is always stacked. You have Justice Haynes, Jan Miller, Richard Young. Those guys are going to play. Those guys are going to be the featured running backs. So what is the thought process of a guy like Kevin Riley coming in, get his thoughts on the new coaching staff? What do you think about the running back room overall? Where do you fit in? What do you bring to the table? What type of running back are you? And then also you have Daniel Hill in that running back room as well. And I think we've pretty much averaged out his weight is like 230 pounds, right, chat? What's up, Batty? I see you inside the comment box, man. Appreciate it. And for everybody who is not a fan funder just yet, go up to the top, hit the hyperlink. We appreciate you being here right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Yeah, and I think going forward, Jor, Daniel Hill and Riley could be definitely a really good combo. I like to have two really good running backs. I'm not opposed to like going with the like I just want one quarterback, just one. But with running backs, I kind of like a two platoon. I like two, maybe three running backs. I like the way that Alabama has used their running backs in the past, like when they had Najee, B-Rob, Damian Harris, and they kind of like rotated those guys. I don't know. That's kind of how I like to use the running backs. I like to keep them fresh. In the league, like you need, like in the SEC league, you need guys that can run between tackles, get on the outside, that are playmakers, that can catch the football. Cool. Thank you, Betsy. I appreciate it. Good morning, Sarah. What's up? Kind of rolling through the On3 like the top 100 players that are committed and signed with the University of Alabama. Number 96, after Kevin Riley's number 82, and number 96 is Jeremiah Beeman, 4-star defensive lineman out of Parker, right in Birmingham. So you have three players that are ranked in the On3 top 100 that are from the state of Alabama. So Beeman coming in, ranked number 96. And then at number 100, you have William Sanders. He's a 4-star interior offensive lineman out of Alabama. So really 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's amazing. 5 guys from the state of Alabama that are ranked in the On3 top 100. Love it. What's up, Andrew? I see you inside the comment box. Thank you very much for being here. You guys who aren't fan funders yet, think about becoming a fan funder. Hit the hyperlink above this video, as low as $2.99 to become a fan funder right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys giving us the opportunity. Walt, what's up? Good morning. I see you inside the comment box as well. Happy that you're here, rocking with us. And if you guys are just checking in, remember we did have an interview with Noah Carter yesterday that you can watch. Here's our super chat leaderboard for the day. I think so far in that number 1 spot, I'm gonna post up. Bama Steven is in first place right now. So let's bump those up. I appreciate you guys being here. What is a super chat? Hit the dollar icon, kind of like a tip to the staff or the overall team. Yesterday we blew up on super chats, which was amazing. So we appreciate you guys. Here are the trending headlines for today. We talked about the Senior Bowl and the players that are in the Senior Bowl. We talked about 39. We didn't actually talk about 39 players going out, but we talked about 5 stars aplenty. So we kind of went from number 1 to number 3. Let me just touch on this real quick. Then I'm gonna take your calls here, maybe 10 minutes. Toast, what's up, man? Appreciate it, man. I like y'all building relationship with these young guys coming in to interview. These young guys hopefully can keep doing it in the progress in the program. Yeah, this is one of the things, is like building this relationship with these new guys coming in, and also guys that are on the staff or are on the roster already. Like, we want to feature those guys in NIL interviews. We want to use our funds here to get those guys here, because some of these higher profile guys, time is valuable, and that's kind of the way that we go. So one of our game plans is to either use sponsorships or fan funding to be able to get some of these players over here on Bama Football on YouTube for the interviews. I think it'd be dope. Like having these segments with players is certainly the angle that we want to go towards. I was fascinated by this number. Mike Rodak of 24/7 on Bama put together really an extensive list of the number of players that have left from Alabama since December. I didn't realize it was 39 players. If you want to go read that information, he has a really great breakdown. And I get it. And not all of them have left after Coach Saban. The combination of this number includes players leaving to the NFL early or just leaving to the NFL, players that have left after Coach Saban, and players that left during that first transfer portal window, right? So where are the numbers overall? What's up, Jay? Appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your contributions yesterday. Certainly killed it, man. We appreciate you more than you know. So when you look to kind of the overall numbers, everyone's like, what are the numbers? How many players can Alabama take? What is it looking like? And well, it looks like 82 is where Alabama is at right now. And again, if you want to read like the entire scoop, I recommend you go check out Mike Rodak's piece because it really explains kind of the numbers. And I'm not surprised. I guess like I'm 40. It's like half your roster, right? And that also showcases you like how good Alabama can still be and how deep Alabama always is under Coach Saban. Now, as you talked about it, you're still coming in with a loaded group. There's talent everywhere. And the biggest challenge is to continue to stock that, right? Those 99 or just below will be crying once they see. Yeah, I mean, look, what's going to happen, like you're coming in if you're Coach Kalen DeBoer, and yeah, those guys leaving, he said it's not alarming. And I don't think he was being like facetious or saying or being arrogant about it. I honestly think it's not alarming because you look around the room and you're like, okay, what does our 2 deep look like? What does our 3 deep look like? Still feel good about it. Like Alabama's going to be good. And I'm nothing against Coach Kalen DeBoer. Like regardless of who the coach was going to be, they were going to be good this year. Now, can they be good consistently under Coach Kalen DeBoer? And what I mean by good is like an 11-win team. That's the challenge. We talked about expectations, on Monday or a couple days ago? Those are the expectations. So pieces are in place here. No matter if it was 45 guys leaving or whatever the number was, everything is still in place. You have the resources of the university. You have funds. Alabama is not broke. You're able to get a player like Ryan Williams to bring him in. That clearly shows that, like, he didn't come for free. You brought in a couple transfer portal pieces. Like, the pieces are in place to do some great things. So I think that where Alabama's at right now, in terms of like what the numbers are, I think that just be patient and it'll all kind of it'll all work out. All right, let's go over a couple of things that we might have missed from yesterday, and then we'll continue and I'll take you guys' calls. I'm doing the editing and like the producing this morning by myself, so just be patient. We ran through the Senior Bowl information. This is the interview yesterday in case you missed it. What's up? Oh, man. Eddie, good morning. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the super chat. Sandman, what's up? I see you, man. You got your coffee and a good idea. Betsy coming in. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Betsy. And I'll kind of go over the schedule for today as well, to let everybody know what's on tap in terms of how we're running the programming, some different things that I'm trying on Bama Football on YouTube. But I appreciate you guys chiming in early this morning. What we're looking right here is my Twitter feed, and we had Noah Carter on last night. Class of 2024 prospect that is signed, ready to be a part of this class. We talked about him in his highlight tape last night. Coach Smook and Coach Sean did an amazing job with him facilitating that interview. We asked him, what position are you going to play? Like both sides of the ball? No. He was like, look, I'm coming to play on the defensive side of the ball. And he wants to be a part of the defense and Coach Kalen DeBoer's defense. I really like Noah Carter as an overall athlete. He was playing safety. He was like returning kicks, returning punts, wide receivers. Shane, is this live? Yeah, what's up? This is live. I have some. I just submitted some gear. There's going to be like some coffee cups that say "Is this live?" and like some shirts. So that'll be dropping soon, so everybody can have that, right, Shane? Like, T has class, so she's getting her master's degree. So you know, I can do this all the time, but like when you're getting your master's, it's tough. And I know that for her, she doesn't like the all the group work that is involved with it because she's also a very high achiever, and sometimes people can't perform at that same high of a level. So kind of the work falls on you. If you've got your master's degree, you probably know what we're talking about here. But yeah, and T does a great job for us right here on Bama Football on YouTube, 100%. All right, so that was Noah Carter. This was yesterday, and I've been seeing Coach Kalen DeBoer everywhere. By the way, wanted to talk about the clinic that Alabama is going to have here at the University of Alabama. So, if you are a coach, high school football coach, the Alabama coaching clinic is coming up for Coach Kalen DeBoer and his staff. Oh, here's Coach Saban taking a swing yesterday. He's playing with Travis Scott and 50 Cent, according to Kristen Saban, his daughter, yesterday at a charity event. Give it a poke, Coach. Still rocking the hat, still rocking the crimson. This was yesterday with Travis Scott crushing it. This is Sterling Dixon. Look at this guy. Look at that footwork. We're going to put him. I was trying to get to the graphic about the coaching clinic, so I'll keep my train of thought there. And just kind of, I forgot about this clip from yesterday. That's Sterling Dixon. Oh, here we go. All right. August 5th and April 5th and 6th. The Kayla DeBoer coaching clinic. If you're out there, you can come over and watch these coaches put together a clinic. I'm actually really excited to get to, I'm going to see if I can go to the clinic. Kind of understand, because I think the way I would love to kind of hear the offensive and defensive philosophy for the first time. I think for the most part, we knew kind of the defensive and offensive philosophy for Coach Saban. What's up, Ray? I see you guys inside the comment box. Hey, if you guys aren't fan funders, I see a lot of, of you that aren't fan funders, hit the join button up at the top of this video to become a fan funder. Only $2.99. It's like 10 cents a day. Appreciate you guys being here. What's up, Ray? I see you inside the comment box. Nelson, what's up? I love and miss Coach Saban. Yeah. Everybody does. But it's good to see him, on vacation, having a good time, doing his thing, playing golf. But the coaching clinic is April 5th and 6th. Alabama football said that more information to follow. So if you're a coach out there, because I know, I'm from New Mexico, so there's been coaches that come from New Mexico, come from wherever to come see the coaching clinic. I'm excited to see this lineup, and usually they bring in, a couple different big time names to the coaching clinic as well. All right. Almost to taking your calls. Just want to go over everything real quick. This was some additional footage that was put out yesterday by the Beckwith Sports Academy. It's crazy. This is Justice Haynes. All right. Yeah, I get it. He doesn't have pads on. It's not real, but if you're out there, compare your running back to Justice Haynes. I promise you, he doesn't look like this. The guy's footwork is 100 out of 100. We always do things on scales that are 10 out of 10 here, 10 being the best. This is a 20 out of 10. This is elite in every sense of the word. And when I talk about, the fact that I like tandem running backs, I think about him. I think about Jam Miller. Richard Young's going to get fed, but give him the football, Coach KD. Figure out a way to get him utilized. And I think with Robert Gillespie being retained, this is huge for that overall group. But Justice Haynes is absolutely that guy. Look at this. Man, he looks nice. Oh, we didn't talk about this either. I guess we should. All right, so DJ Durkin has been hired as a defensive coordinator at Auburn. What is your take on that, chat? What do you think about DJ Durkin being the head football coach at, the the defensive coordinator at Auburn? Sound off inside the comment box. Get this poster real quick. It's Auburn. Good hire. Yeah, the footwork is elite for sure. He's been in a couple different places. Let me see if I could find DJ Durkin. Some information to pull up on him. Look, there was some when Alabama was looking, for their defensive coordinator. I think that here's a good tweet that we could bring up. When Alabama was looking for its defensive coordinator, there was a lot of people who threw out DJ Durkin's name. All right, and we're talking about DJ Durkin going to Auburn as their defensive coordinator. So Connor O'Gara right here with a little snapshot. Scoring defense since 2016. He was the head football coach at Maryland in 2016, where they had the number 74 scoring defense. Then, 120 in 2017, suspended in 2018. In 2020, he was the Ole Miss DC, number 118. Number 20 in 2021, number 51 overall at Texas A&M as a DC, number 25, and then in 2023, number 36 overall. So those are the numbers for DJ Durkin, who will be Auburn's defensive coordinator. Durkin is considered one of the best DB coaches in the country. Didn't know that. What's up, Moon Rocka? Durkin is mid, recruits though, lots of experience. I remember Saban had him an assistant for like a week right after he killed that guy. Yeah, kind of all this stuff around DJ Durkin seems to kind of revolve around the young man that did pass away. I don't have all the details in front of me, so I can't really comment on it, but I remember that and how it really affected college football. Was it because of, was it heat stroke? Was that it? I can't really, I have to look it up. Durkin is not. Sad numbers. Yeah, I think he passed away at practice, but I can't remember how. It was terrible. I remember that. Yeah, it was heat stroke, right? Crazy. Yeah. Heat stroke is no joke for sure. And I remember going out to, and I think this was it, BB. It's like he definitely mishandled the death of his player. Yeah, so I want to go and read some articles before that, but that happened in 2018. Yeah, that was wild. And Baum's saying that he wasn't guilty of killing him. I don't really know all the facts, so I just know that he's kind of like tagged to that player passing away during that time, which is terrible. Jeez. But anyways, DJ Durkin has been hired as a DC to link up with Hugh Freeze on Auburn staff. Auburn trying to, to get back in. I know they had a tweet yesterday, about Hugh Freeze and his recruiting. See if I can find that. It was funny. They had figured out some way to kind of say that. And here's I like this. This is a good graphic right here. Let's see if I can find this. This is Auburn's a snapshot of the coaching staff. This is by Auburn Live. I think Auburn Live is part of On3. But here you go. Here's the Auburn coaching staff. Don't let the orange hurt your eyes. You got Hugh Freeze. Here's kind of an outlook at everything else. I like this layout. Looks good. Oh, I forgot that they added Charles Kelly too. Right? I like Charles Kelly. I think he's a pretty good coach. So DJ Durkin, as you see, who's their defensive coordinator. Derek Nix, I guess, is OC along with Hugh Freeze. Charles Kelly, he was here at Alabama for several seasons. He kind of had like the co-defensive coordinator title along with, was it Pete Golding, right? I think so. Kevin, what's up, man? Kyle, what's up? Your live feeds have been part of my morning routine. Bama football on YouTube is the first place I go for all the latest Bama football news. I appreciate you, man. Roll Tide to you, Kevin. Kevin coming into us from Charlotte. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, absolutely. Phil, we're in a really good spot. It's like rhythmic in terms of like the morning, kind of the headlines, and then I kind of, transition into the calls. So yeah, let me see if there's anything else that I had to hit on before I take the calls today. Early in the day, we kind of went over the 5 stars. We talked about the clinics. All right, yeah, I think we are ready to jump into our next segment.